time for me to start. Yeah. Good evening one more time, everybody. I'm so sorry for the other time. We had a serious network problem. So, in fact, I was the one that the network threw off. It took me off the line. I'm so sorry about that. So, like I said, today we'll be talking about the last day. Before I even start, let me even appreciate my people. Thank you so much for coming. Despite the busy moments and all of that, you have to find time to come for this program. I sincerely appreciate that. Thank you and God bless you all. Thank you so much. But before I proceed, let me still announce to you that the class doesn't end today. We still have another section, and that section is the advanced class. The advanced class is actually what? 10,000 naira. Like I said, the advanced class goes for 2 weeks. The advanced class will take place from 8th of November down to 22nd of what? November. Please, let's try to key into that, because if we do that, my brothers, my sisters, it will really be helpful to us. I can assure you of that. So today, I'll be starting my Myfxbook. I'll go into Investingcom. I'll now go into Forex Factory. I'll talk about Trading View. Then I pray time permits. That's why I wanted to use Google Meet the other time, because it exceeds more than 45 minutes. Then if time permits, I'll take the support and resistance. But if time does not permit, I'll go and handle support and resistance in the day 2 of the advanced class. I assure you of that. Day 2 of the advanced class, I will take it such that I will make sure everyone understands what support and resistance is all about. So let me start. So my Myfxbook, like I said previously, I said it's actually a site whereby we used to what? Make analysis, or we used to manage our trade. 1, 2. You can use it to predict or to take note of the news that is occurring in the market. I said we have, first to get to my Myfxbook, just go to myfxbook.com. Once you get to myfxbook.com, then the next thing you see is you see home. Go to home, go straight to Forex Calculator, then click on Position Size Calculator. Once you click on Position Size Calculator, then scroll up. Why do you need to scroll up? Just click on Continue to my Myfxbook. Class, once that is done, then I'll come to this section. Let's say Mr. Felix, I don't know if he's in the house. Let's say Mr. Felix wants to enter this trade. Like he wants to trade Euro GBP. The man will search for the currency pair here. So once he clicks on Euro GBP, how much is this man having in his account? Probably the man is having $3,000. He's a big man. Then what ratio does he want to risk? He wants to risk only 2%. And what pips is he looking at? 50 pips. Then once he clicks on calculate, at the base, you will see that what this thing will show to this man is Mr. Felix. If you reach 2% of 3,000, that's $60. Do you know what that means, class? It means that Mr. Felix either gains $60 in the forex market or he loses $60. Now, let's go to my board. If Mr. Felix, you have $3,000, and while with this $3,000, he now gains $60. That means that eventually Mr. Felix will smile home with a capital of $3,060. What if, God forbid, this man loses that amount, minus $60? Then this man will still smile home with what? $2,940. The man does not need to feel bad. Are you with me? Because he only risked 2% of his account. Let's say somebody risked 100% of his account. Yes, class, I agree. 100% will give you the same amount of your capital. But guess what? If you are going to lose, you lose totally. You lose totally. That the trading with 100% of your capital is like somebody who is trading binary options. It's either you gain up or you lose up. Are you with me? So that is that. So it is actually used to manage your account, to manage your trade. Imagine somebody who is managing his trade with 2% on every trade he takes. Tell me how such person will have a burnt account. It is not possible. I said something yesterday when I was teaching with Mr. Kayode's phone yesterday. I said, if Mr. Kayode is having $10,000, it's not compulsory that he trades with a lot size of 1. Mr. Kayode can trade with half of that lot size. And let me tell you one thing you don't know. When you trade with lesser lot size, there's every tendency that that your margin level will be bigger than when you trade with 100% of your account. So that's that. Let's quickly go to events and news. Thank God for today's class. There's a big event coming up tomorrow. They call it NFP. Just come to home, click on economic calendar. Once you click on economic calendar, you will see that I want to teach you how to news trade. How to news trade. Look at it. This is another section entirely. Do you know why I love news trading on Myfxbook? I'll tell you something tonight. If you look at the base, you see something like AI Group Services Index. Are you think? AI Group Services Index. This is the news that will be launched. If you look at the time there, we see 1 hour 44 minutes. This is the news that will be launched in 1 hour 44 minutes time. Are you think? And you know the beauty about this site? Let me scroll up again. Once you scroll up, you will see that that particular news is highlighted. You will see that that particular news is highlighted. November 4th, 22nd 30. Blah, blah, blah. Are you seeing this? Let me even scroll up. I'm looking for NFP news. NFP news is supposed to come up tomorrow. Oh, Jesus. Non-farm payroll. Look at it, NFP. Let me explain. Do you know what NFP means? NFP news is a news that is actually released by the Bureau de Change. And the news gives statistics of how healthy the US is. For instance, NFP news might be released based on the fact that they will say that, okay, today we are going to give out 330 jobs in the United States of America. Now, when the news is released, if you are fortunate and they now later change their statistics, it now became 360. That means that US, the employment rate in US was great. Are you with me? But if unfortunately, when 330 was a fixed value, they actually have a name for a consensus, was a fixed value, and probably at the end of the news, what came out was 220. Guess what? It means that US economy is not doing well. I just imagine if NFP is being released in Nigeria. I'm sorry. I imagine if NFP is being released in Nigeria. So does that mean that we wouldn't even make close to the consensus? Are you with me? Does that mean that we won't even make close to what? To the consensus? Do you know that since when I've been trading, I always take note of NFP news. It's always in United States favor. Are you with me? It's always in US favor. Now, how does NFP news affect the forex market? Whenever a news comes into the market that unemployment rate of the United States has been strengthened, guess what? It means that there will be a massive buy in the market. A massive buy in the market. Now, at what time, another thing you need to know again, class, is this. At what time does that news come up? NFP news, if you come to my chart, you will see non-farm payroll. NFP, the full meaning of NFP is non-farm payroll. That news is always launched every 1:30 of the first Friday of every month. I repeat, that news is always launched every first Friday of what? of the first Friday of every month. Look at it now. The first Friday that is coming up is November. I mean, it's 5th of November. And that news will be launched 1:30 in the United States. Now, what is a Forex trader supposed to do? Thank God that as I'm speaking to you, I only have 2 trades in my life account. And it is going in my favor. So I'm going to know how I'm going to handle that NFP tomorrow. What is NFP? How is it going to affect the market? Number one, as a trader, if you are in profits before 1:30 tomorrow, I'm advising all of you, in case you have a live account. If you are in profit before 1:30 tomorrow, please close that trade in profits and run away from the market for that moment. Now, if you are not in profit, you are in loss, and probably you have a stop loss, please modify your trade. Go to your stop loss and change your stop loss to 0.00000. Do you know why I said so? Whenever NFP is launched in the forex market or in the financial market, whenever it is launched, there is a great momentum in the market. Are you with me? There's a great momentum. When I mean momentum, I'm talking about the velocity. You know, normally momentum is the product of mass and velocity. I'm just talking about the velocity in the market. The speed in the market increases such that it's either, for instance, Mr. Kayode was in a trade and there was a great momentum in the market. The man will either be in a massive profit or, God forbid, the man will be in a terrible loss. Are you with me? If you have I used to see people telling me, Mr. Gospower, can you trade with $20? Now imagine somebody who wants to trade $20 now, NFP comes up. How can such, and the trade goes against the person, how can such person survive NFP? It is not possible. Are you with me? So if you are in trade, close that trade in profits. Now, how can you now trade NFP? That's the question. How can you now trade it successfully? Now, when you now observe the statistics that has released in market is higher, you see, whenever NFP news is coming, whenever that time reaches, I will talk about the value. The value will update. Whenever it is in United States favor, then that means, let's say, the employment rate in the United States was strengthened. You know, there are 2 ways you can trade it. Number one, go change your time frame to 15 minutes time frame. When you change your time frame to 15 minutes time frame, then set for pairs like this, AUD USD. Set for pairs like this, AUD USD. USD card. Thank God I taught you people base currency and code currency. Now, class, if AUD, if a USD card, you know, I said United States currency will be strengthened. I'm seeing it like that. It means that if United States is going up here, then what is happening to Australia? Australian dollar should be coming down. Vice versa. Now, if Australian dollar is coming down, United States is going up, what are you supposed to do here, class? You're supposed to sell this market immediately. Sell immediately. Now, if United States is going up, Canadian dollar is coming down. What are you supposed to do in this market, class? It's a vice versa situation. You buy in this forex market. You what? You buy in this market. That was the reason why I told you that there are 2 animals facing themselves. One indicates that the bulls are in the market, and the other one indicates that what? The bears are in the market. There's the market will always, the bull and the bear, they will always reverse. They will always be in opposition. Are you with me? So that is that. So now, how can you now take note of this on the chart? Let's come to my chart. Look at this, class. If you look at this, you see that November 4. Now, the time is there. The impact, what is the impact? The news is there. The news, blah, blah, blah. Jibong Bank Composite PMI. You can click on it and read more. For those who that like news very well, Based on data collected from a representative panel of over 800 businesses in Japan, blah, 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 you read your story. When you read, you see what's happening, you can leave that section, then you go back. Now, once you come back, look at it. Impact, low, medium, high. I always tell my students something. Whenever you have the low impact means that there wasn't much drive in the forex market. Medium means that there wasn't much drive, but it was better than the low. But high means that there was a massive drive. Do you know what I tell people? Capitalize on the high. Are you with me? I tell people to what? Capitalize on the what? On the high. Look at this now. If you have AUD, high, and you have previous is like the a value before actual. Consensus is the fixed percentage or the fixed value. If you have 1.3 and you have 1.3 here, you can see that my actual is better than my previous. Why? Because, of course, you know in mathematics, minus 1.7 is always less than what? 1.3. So from that, that'll be what? 1.3 is greater than minus 1.7. Class, what do you do in that market? You buy in that forex market. Are you with me? You buy in that forex market. Now, I want to do something tonight, class. So let's see if truly AUD was on a buy as at 1:30 p.m. Let me go to trading view. Trading view. Once I come to trading view, I click on charts. Like I said, trading view is exactly what I used to teach. I'll teach you people trading view in the advanced class. It's simply a place where technical traders, they make the analysis from. Now, if AUD, sorry, this thing will look so ugly in your eyes. I'm sorry. It looks so ugly in your eyes. This is what they call Bollinger Bands. I'll teach you these things in the advanced class. Let me delete them so that you people will not run away from the class. Let me delete my MACD. Now, class, if you look at it, we said AUD was supposed to buy at that time. Class, let's go to my chart. Do you agree with me that? Let me delete this. If AUD is supposed to go on a buy, I can say AUD card. Then I will buy this market. You know, I can also gain. I can PPA. It's a vice versa thing now. If GPP is going down, AUD should be gaining here. AUD should be gaining. So, class, who can tell me what I'm supposed to do here? Somebody should use the chat box. Who can tell me what I'm supposed to do there? Am I still supposed to buy there? Am I still supposed to buy there? Oh, thank you, Mr. Kayode. Thank you, Mr. Humphrey. You are blessed, sir. You are blessed. Thank you so much, sir. I am supposed to sell. They got it perfectly. I will sell here. So, if I now say there, that is an indication that let me now go. Let's go to trading view now. Let's see if truly, as on November 4th, 1:30, AUD card was on the buy. Let's see. Now I'll search for the currency pair. Don't worry, I'll teach you these things in the advanced class. This place is what they call symbol search. AUD card. Click on AUD card. Once I click on it, I'll now go to the time. 1:30 today. 1:30 today. November 4th, 1:30. You can see what I'm doing. Don't worry, don't get confused. All these things are called candles. You can see the ones that are blue, it means the buyers are coming in. The ones that are coming down, the red ones, it means sellers are there. You see? You see why it is not good to lie. You see why it is not good to lie. Look at it, class. You will see a vertical line. Hello, who can see the vertical dotted line that is showing on my chart as at November 4th, 2021, 1 p.m., 1:30. Look at it. Hello, who can see it, please? Who can see it?
I can.
Okay. Is that Mr. Kayode or Mr. Humphrey?
Mr. Humphrey.
Thank you, sir. Oh, thank you. Thank you. You can see. From that 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., can you see that it was a buy? Hello? Can you see it was a buy? Yes. Thank you. Now, let us now see if truly we are going to sell on the other side, GPPAUD, as at November 4th, 1:30. I'll now come here again. GPPAUD. Oh, Jesus, what's this? GPPAUD. I'm going to click on this. Class, let's now go and look for November 4th, 1:30. November 4th, 1:30. You see? Hi. Why it is not good to lie. Who can tell me what happened here? Class, if you look at the, I don't know, I want to do something. Let me open trading view in 2 ways. No, I want you to see what I've just seen now. And you will see if truly I was lying here or I was saying the truth. Let me go back to my whiteboard. I said AUD card was buying as at November 4th, which was today, 1:30. 1:30. Thank God my time showed me between 1 to 3, 1 to 2. And I said GPPAUD was selling as of November 4th, 1:30. Class, now I'm going to go back to my trading view. Don't get confused. I'll teach you trading view in the advanced class. I'll go back to my trading view for you to see how you can gain in 2 ways. The first chart I have here, I'm going to change my first chart to AUD card. That's Australian dollar versus Canadian dollar. AUD card. Now, I said 1:30. I'll now go November 4th. It was a buy. Let me measure how much I could have made within those 2 small candles. And you see, I could have made 10 pips. And you know I'm a man of 10 pips. Let us now go to GPPAUD. November 4th, 1:30. Let's see if this man is truly lying. You can see. Hello, who can see the sell here? November 4th as at 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Of course, 1:30 will be between 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Hello, who can see it, class? Who can see it, please? Who can see that dotted line, please? Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I'm sure that must be, okay, thank you, thank you. Let's now measure how much I could have made here. You see? I could have made 24 pips here. So, class, the only way to make it in this business is for one to be alert. Just news trading. Did I use any strategy for this? No. But I showed you 2 profits on the news I saw on economic calendar, which was my Myfxbook. Are you with me? So that's that. So anytime you see that values by this right-hand side, let's say on the high, this is a high. This is a high. Let's say anytime you see values on the right-hand side, oh, sorry, these ones have not come up. Anytime you see values on the right-hand side greater than the values on the previous, and it is on a high, please enter that market as a buy immediately. Enter that market as a what? As a buy immediately. And vice versa, let's say actual was less than the previous, you enter that market as a sell. You enter that market as a sell. Thank you very much, guys. Let's proceed to the next phase. The next one I'd like to talk about is Investingcom. Investing.com. Investing.com is another sweet site that I also use to predict the forex market. But one thing I don't like about Investing.com is there are so many comments on that place that people have almost, should I say that place is now very porous. Like you have a whole lot of people on that site, but all the same, just go and get out. That's the most important thing. Now, look at it. On Investing.com, I can also teach you how to also enter the market on Investing.com. But let me first show you how to predict your pips on Investing.com. Just come to tools. Just hope this the number of signs for GPP is just for 3.76. Are you seeing that? Quickly, what's important I need to talk about? Let's go to technical summary. You see the strong sell, strong sell, strong sell. And your news, you confirm. When did this information come, this selling situation on GPP? You know what you do? You enter the market immediately as a sell. Are you doing? You can see immediately now GBP USD has turned to neutral. Can you see? In this case, don't even bother entering this market. Now come to this place. USD CHF. Strong sell, strong sell, strong sell, strong sell. On strong sell, strong sell, strong sell, you enter the market as a sell. I have always noticed something. Whenever Euro USD CHF is USD is the base currency as strong sell, strong sell, strong sell. GBP USD or maybe another currency might be the reverse. For this pair to go on neutral, that means it wants to go on a buy very soon. Are you doing? And if you check my charts, because I'm looking at my phone right now, it is actually looking as if GBP USD is going to buy very soon. Are you doing? So whenever you see that you have a buy, a neutral, a strong sell, please don't enter this market. Don't even bother yourself because it looks so confusing. Initially, it was a buy. Later, it went to neutral. Later, it now went to a strong sell, strong sell, strong sell. Don't bother entering this market, please. Now, another section, please, you can also play with it on your own. About is the news. If you come here, you click on Forex News. This is where you get news of the latest happenings.